And then 3 minutes ago, this is the Italian in me, I'm sorry. You cannot concede a goal on the
Impossible.
counter tap in extra time.
Impossible.
It's
This
just
is
not possible.
impossible. This is unacceptable.
You can give up a penalty in extra time. You can the other team can shoot from all the way out and your goalkeeper makes a mistake. All that can happen.
Yeah.
With 3 minutes to go, 1-0 up, you cannot concede a goal. And you know what? If you go back and you watch this again, it is 3-on-3. How is it possible? It's 3-on-3 also because somebody
Unbelievable.
stops running. How is that possible?
They commit so many players going forward.
What, to
Brazil.
score a second goal?
Exactly.
What is it? The
And
away
I'm like,
goals
what?
rule. What is
Really?
it?
Are you kidding me here? Why are you doing that? Are you all not experienced enough to say, like, let's see this game out? No problem. Let's hoof the ball into Saudi Arabia. I mean, whatever you want to do, but don't commit so many players going forward and left your defense exposed like that. And you know what? You said this on Chichi. This one for me, he should have been screaming at them before that even. I'm like, no risk. Don't take any risk. Don't even try to get into their box. Just keep the ball now for the next 3 minutes.
Earlier in the game, you can think about adding a second. But at this stage, I actually genuinely think
See
at
the
that
game
stage,
out.
so he started with Kramaric up front. Then he brought on Bruno Petkovic. And Petkovic is the prototypical, he's Mr. Bump. He's a big lump of a striker.
Exactly.
Apart from an insane Tekker's moment, which I don't know where he borrowed it from.
Me
He's,
neither.
channeling his inner Buffal perfect. Other than that, most of the time the ball just came near him and just bounced off him. He's like one of those reverse magnets, right?
Yeah.
So they see him breaking. They see Orsic breaking. They're probably thinking, who is this dude down the wing? And nobody tracked back to help. And then the ball comes in the box and he swings a big left foot. Might have taken a deflection as well. And Allison is beaten. You cannot concede like that.
Impossible. This is so bad. This is so bad.
And then it goes to penalty kicks. And I'm telling you, in that stadium, you felt the momentum had shifted.
You knew, didn't you?
You felt, Croatia are like, oh, wow, yeah, I relish these penalty kicks. You
could tell. On TV, you could tell already, so I can just imagine for you in the stands what it must have been like.
Dominic Livakovic, the Iceman, right, in between the sticks, he looks like he's like Mr. Cool. And the sequence begins, and you can tell Croatia, there's a reason they're 4 for 4. The big talking point, when Marquinhos goes up to take the penalty, which he missed, and I'm a huge Marquinhos fan. Yeah. Again, I don't think he took the penalty badly. It just hit the post and didn't go in, right? He had Livakovic going the wrong way.
Yeah.
But I'll never forget this scene, and I wrote about it in my pieces. He goes up, and as he's walking up, he kisses the ball, and then the camera pans over to Neymar. Everybody's got their arms around him. Neymar is on his knees, and it looks like he's convulsing. And I'm imagining...
He's praying, isn't he?
Maybe he's praying in his own way. I don't know. But in Neymar's mind, either Marquinhos misses, and we're out of the World Cup, or Marquinhos scores, and then I have to go up and take the 5th penalty.
Yeah.
With all the pressure of my history, all the pressure, 200 million Brazilian hearts beating as one, that is a lot to take on.
And that might not have been enough anyway because Rodrigo had already missed.
Yeah.
And why is Rodrigo starting the penalty shootout for Brazil? Can you explain? Can someone here explain to me how a 21 or 21 years or 22-year-old who is one of your subs, he's a sub for a reason because he's clearly not ready for that stage just yet. How you can put that pressure on him to go against a team and a goalkeeper who just won a penalty shootout, like literally 4 days before, who are very good at it, and we all know the stats and everything. Why is Rodrigo? Why
You're
is
talking
Neymar
about the order.
Yeah, why is not Neymar going first?
I
Why
did
is not
think
someone
about
more
that.
experienced going first? Like Messi went first for Argentina, Van Dijk went first for Holland. It doesn't mean you're going to score, but at least it's those guys who go first.
So Chichi was asked about that after the game, and he came out and he said, well, you want your 5th penalty taker. The 5th penalty has the most pressure on it, so you want your 5th penalty taker to be your best penalty taker. It's like, yeah, but you got to get to it, right?
Exactly.
We saw it a few years ago with Portugal. Was it at the Euros and 20 whatever when Cristiano was number 5 and he never got to it.
It's happened many, many times.
It is a weird one, and in that situation, again, you could have had Neymar go first, or trying to think in terms of who else was on the pitch. Maybe not the best penalty takers.
No, but Casemiro, for example, took one.
You had Casemiro. You had Thiago Silva, who's not a great penalty taker, I think.
No, that's for sure.
Alisson's probably pretty good, but it would have been a better option. Alexandro's not a bad penalty taker.
No. I don't know. I thought he felt, and looking at him again, he was only on television, and you can't always base everything on body language. But it looked like Rodrigo could feel that pressure of, as you said, the whole Brazilian people all around the world on his shoulders.
We got to give a lot of love to Croatia. We've given them a lot of love. We will give them love again when we do our next show, looking ahead, of course, to the semifinal. But nothing's going to take this away. 2 consecutive semifinals for a country the size of Croatia. I mean, that's next level stuff.
Yeah, and I was at the Belgium game in the group stage where they could have been knocked out if Romelu Lukaku scores one of his chances. And this is what football is so magical in a way, is that they came that close of being knocked out. And they were still up somehow. No one really gave them a chance. Against Japan, it was a 50-50, but they could have lost that game too. They go into this game, no one gives them a chance at all. It's all about Brazil, it's all about Neymar, it's all about this, apart from Zlatko Dalic and that team and their staff and their own people. And yet they produce something like this. To come back into the game with 3 minutes to go in extra time after having played 120 minutes 4 days before is incredible. And then the penalties is their game anyway.
It's special and it's so fantastic to see Modric. I thought the Braz against Japan was probably their best player.
Yeah.
But here, well, apart from Livakovic, here, of course, it was all about Luka Modric.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.